So I just wanted to review some ballpoint shading techniques. I like to keep extra paper around, remember, to sort of either clean up the pen tip or even sometimes on the extra paper. So I have paper that I'm not going to be actually including into my drawing. I'll often warm up, right? And make sure the pen is working properly, right? I'll warm up so that I can see if I can get a nice smooth tone, as well as get some nice light value, right? So it's really important to make sure that you check your pen before you actually get to work. So when you are drawing, since we're doing the foreshortening, you probably want to make sure that you're looking at your image, and so you guys can be looking at your digital image. I made a printout so that I could be shading it, and I'm starting to at the top so that if I was working and I was working down here and then I went up here, I might smudge this whole area with my hand. So I'm starting at the top, and I went in by putting in nice light values at first, and I really just hatched it. I started in like a single direction and added that shading in. And there's like a clear directional curve to the metal this way. So I know I had mentioned before on my other tutorials that, sometimes to smooth it out, you go one direction and then you just change the direction ever so slightly. I found that it just wasn't being believable enough. So I kind of rotated, just double check in, make sure we're still in the video here. Rotating and using nice close motions to smooth it out so that I can make that curve believable. I mean, I honestly think the hardest part is going to be leaving some of these really light areas, right? So sometimes you have to be kind of intentional. In a way, I outlined some of my light areas. So like, let's say like right through here, I might just lightly put in, a line edge that you can barely make out so that I know where I need to stop. So for here, I'm gonna be shading up and around, but I wanna leave that light there. And remember, I can keep going into this and making it darker and darker. So like here, on this ridge here, it's gonna be uber dark, right? I wanna make sure I get the right thickness in. But I wanna make sure it's nice and clean on the edge. So I don't really wanna press hard and outline it because I want it to still go with the shading, but I gotta really focus there so that I get a nice clean edge. And you can, go over this. Once you are confident that you need to go darker, that's when you can actually put a little bit more pressure into it to make sure you get some nice rich darks too. But when you're not working, when you're working really light and like middle, it's really important that you kind of take your time with this. I think eventually it will become faster for you because you'll get a feel for it. But when you start, right, you'll really have to be very methodical to really start light, add your middle, and then put your dark in after. All right, so keep working. I obviously still have some work to do. I'll try to maybe check in and make another video as I go in and see some issues. Before I go, just a reminder to you that you can, right, use your blending stump to kind of go in and smooth out values, get rid of some of your lines, maybe fill in little gaps, right? If you accidentally go too dark, I know I probably still need to go darker in here, but I had like a little mark that happened right here, right? You can always take an eraser and lighten the area a little bit. Sometimes you can get it to not stand out as much, right? So it will lighten, it just won't go back to pure white. So if if you have to go back in and add some highlights, sometimes you'll be lucky enough that you'll be able to brighten it up. Okay, so hopefully it helps. Slow as a go. Take your time.